Everybody, we're here with Cassadee Pope. I'm so excited. I haven't seen you. So I was thinking about this. I think the last time I saw you, of course, the world kind of stopped for a while,
Yeah,
was the CMT Next Women of Country. That was in 2019.
that's crazy. Time has flown by. That's nuts.
I know. So let's talk about like what have you been up to? Because I feel like we've all kind of been hiding, not hiding, but
Yeah,
uh,
getting through in our own way.
right. Right. What does that look like for you over the last couple of years? It's been almost 2 years, I feel like.
Yeah, I at first it was a big jolt. Of course, it's like for everybody, tours canceled and writing sessions canceled, and it took me a couple weeks to kind of wrap my head around that. And then eventually, I kind of leaned into all the time I had free and booked a bunch of Zoom writing sessions where I actually ended up writing my album Thrive, which is out now. And so that was a silver lining for me, just kind of just really leaning into the stillness and being able to just be creative in my home, which I've never done before. I've always gone to a different location to write. So like kind of getting inspired in my own space was kind of cool. And then I always forget that I did this, but I actually released an acoustic album last year.
Oh,
um,
wow.
just thought, that's something I can accomplish safely. I don't have to get a bunch of guys in the studio for that. And so yeah, that was a cool project to release. There were a bunch of songs that I had in my back pocket for a while, so that was cool too.
I love that. Did you pick up any like interesting hobbies? I feel like if some people I've talked to started doing things like cooking or gardening or interesting things like that.
Yeah, I got better at cooking. I've always been really afraid of messing something up, and I've never felt comfortable like not following a recipe. And I just was cooking every day, that I just got comfortable with making up my own concoctions and baking, and had the time to spend like all day making different like baked goods, which was really fun. I also got really into indoor plants. I have a lot of plants now,
Oh,
and it's great when I'm home, and then when I like head out for trips or something, I'm like, oh crap, I have to get somebody to water these. But it was a very therapeutic, nice thing during such a weird time, to like take care of some beautiful plants.
I need some tips because my kids laugh at me because I do love plants and I buy a lot of them,
Yeah.
but they've started taking bets on how long they will last because I am not good at keeping them alive. So kudos to you for being able to keep them alive.
Thank you. You'll get there. It took me a minute too. It's all good.
It's just like
You'll
you,
get it.
I either overwater or I forget to water. I don't know. There's that seems to be my big hang up.
Yeah, I think we have a tendency to think they need more water than they do. So let them like get a little dry before you give them some water again.
Okay, I'm gonna take that tip. I'm gonna write it down and
Yeah.
give it some time. Hey, listen, I want to talk about real quick. I just realized this. Wow, talking about time flies, you just mentioned earlier. It's been 10 years since you won The Voice.
It's been 9,
Well,
but
almost 10.
almost 10, almost
Almost
10.
10.
December, I won in December of 2012. So next year it'll be 10,
Next
but
year will be 10. But
it's nuts.
wow, but still, wow. Can you believe that?
No, it feels like a whole different life, a different person. And but I mean, I owe that show everything. The platform it gave me to come here to Nashville, and just get in some of the best, writing rooms on the best tours. Like that show gave me such an amazing platform. I'm so grateful.
Yeah, so you were on Team Blake, which I have to be honest, he's one of my favorites to watch. He's very entertaining and
Yeah.
he seems to have a good formula because his people always win.
Yeah, I think his approach is really it kind of gives us space and room to be creative. The reason I picked him was because I noticed he kind of took that approach, and as someone who really has a vision for myself, and I was on the road a lot before I even went on that show. I just had like I didn't know exactly where I was going to go, but I wanted to feel comfortable with the coach letting me go wherever I wanted. And he was just great at that, very encouraging.
So do you keep up with him? Have you kept in touch over the years with Blake Shelton?
Yeah, here and there. He's a busy guy.
Oh
But
yeah.
he's got his bar here, Old Red in Nashville, and he actually let me rent it out for my album release party back in 2019 for my album Stages, and just we all congratulated him on his 20th season on The Voice recently, and he was grateful for that. And yeah, obviously I saw that he got married, and it looked so beautiful, and
Oh yeah.
congratulated him on that. So it's just, yeah, here and there, but he's a busy guy, of course.
Would you ever go back to The Voice as a mentor or maybe as a
Yes.
judge? Do you think
Oh
that
yeah.
for
I
sure?
would. I think I have a pretty good perspective for the artist.
Right.
But I went and I was like they called me a consultant on Kelly Clarkson's team a few years ago, and that was really special because I remember watching Kelly on Idol from day one, loving her. So it was really like full circle to be consulting on her team on a show that I won. So it was really cool.
Yeah, you've mentioned a couple times the new album. I want to talk about that as well. The album Thrive just came out recently. I love it. I was just listening to it before we got connected here.
Thank you.
It's amazing. It's a little different for you, so I want to hear from you. How would you describe it for people?
Well, my fans helped me kind of coin this term, but I'm calling it y'alternative, and it's a
Oh,
mixture of country and pop punk and alternative. I grew up, I learned to sing on country music, and it's always been part of my upbringing and my roots. But as a preteen and teenager in my young 20s, early 20s, I was in a band called Hey Monday, and we toured the world, and it was just one of the most amazing transformative experiences for me. And then I did The Voice, came here in Nashville, and I've been a country artist, and I've always had that rock side, and I've leaned into it a little bit more on certain songs, and then like really leaned into country on some songs. But this album, I just really wanted to find that sweet spot where I'm really incorporating all of it in a very cohesive way. I'm not compromising. I'm not trying to fit in a category. I just said, like, let's just see where this lands. And it's been really cool to see the feedback and the reaction, and the fans that have been with me for years who can hear the Hey Monday influence. So it's a really special project to me. I got to do it with my producer, Nick Wheeler, who's from All American Rejects, and Karen Fairchild from Little Big Town co-produced. So it was really cool to like see two of my favorite genres combined in them. And here we are with this cool product.
it's amazing. And you mentioned Karen Fairchild. There's one song that you have with her, What Stars See. I really like that song. That's probably one of my top three off
Thank
of the
you.
album. Tell me how that came about. You just mentioned she's one of the co-producer. So how did it
Yeah.
come about that she jumped in on a song with you?
Well, we were sitting listening to demos, Nick, Karen, and I, and we were just going through what we thought should make the album. And that song came on, and she just said, I think this should be a collaboration. You should get a couple of girls to sing on it with you. I'll sing on it. And I was like, yes, like done.
You're like,
Let's get that
of
on
course.
in writing. And then I was thinking of Lindsay L., who's a friend, a really close friend, and the song's so guitar driven. I thought, who better to involve in this song? So it just kind of turned into this female anthem of like admitting that sometimes we just wish we could see what our exes are doing. And that's a heartbreaking thing to admit, but it's so relatable, and we've all been there. So I was really excited to have them both on the song.
I like it. I also really like the song Thrive. It's the name of the album. That's also
Thank
one of
you.
my other favorites. Tell me the story behind that song. I got to know because I love that song.
Yeah, thank you. I wasn't sure it was going to be the title track until like it was time to start recording the album. But it always stuck out to me as this very honest song. It's about redemption. It's of course about not just surviving but thriving. But there's a human element to it that's like, but I'm still mad at you, and I haven't forgiven you. And it's we get caught up in the pressure of when we forgive people, we're really like letting the resentment go, and it's better for us and our mental health. But sometimes you kind of you can't rush that process, and it's not healthy to either. So when I was writing Thrive, I actually brought in the first verse and brought it in with my co-writers Andy Albert and Kevin Bard, and they just totally knew where I wanted to go with it. And they were like, we can't take it to like redemption. You're all good now. We have to kind of lean into that human element of like, I'm still upset at you about this.
Yeah, which is so true. I mean, I think that's one of the reasons why I like it. It is true. We've all been there.
Yeah.
Changing gears a little bit, I know that you have a big announcement to make. You got your little friend there, your dog.
Yes.
I think he's running, but
he's snoring. Sorry,
he's snoring. It's all good. You're working with Mars Petcare, so I'm so excited about this. Tell us about what's coming up.
Yeah, I'm so excited, and this is near and dear to my heart because I'm a dog mom and I travel. So they're doing this Better Cities for Pets airport certification program where they are certifying airports for being pet friendly. And I actually got to go to BNA, the Nashville International Airport, yesterday, and took Cuppy and experienced all the amenities, and he loved it. There's a dog park that's like before security. There's a pet relief station that's got like a water station and a waste station, and he was enjoying it so much. We didn't fly yesterday, but I could imagine that he would be super comfortable and happy to fly now. And Nashville is actually the first airport to get certified for the Better Cities for Pets airport program. So that's cool. I feel like proud as a Nashvilleian to know that.
Yeah, I know you've done a lot of things with like the National Humane Society. You've always been involved in different ways involving pets. So I appreciate that you have now become part of this project. How did that come about?
My team emailed me and they were like, they're Mars Petcare looking for someone to spread the word about this new development, this new program. And I was excited because, I do travel a lot, and, I loved getting to actually see it for myself and put my stamp of approval on it. And I'm just so glad that like the next time I'm going to end up traveling with Cuppy, I know what we're getting into. I know he's going to be comfortable, get his energy out of the dog park beforehand, and he'll just pass out on the plane. It'll be great.
Yeah. What's your best tip for traveling with your dog?
I guess that's a good question. I feel like Cuppy's abnormally good at traveling. He's got a great harness that kind of keeps him from pooling. I mean, maybe get a great harness that keeps them from pooling. That's a tip, I guess. But just in general, like stay calm. I think dogs always feed off our energy. So if you're a nervous person and you're like a little bit anxious to be flying with your dog and you're afraid something's going to go wrong, I think they can feel that and sometimes make it worse for you. So try to stay calm and like also I think for me, whenever I fly and I don't have my dog, I always try and like sit next to somebody with the dog or something just so they are safe with me, that I'm a dog person, that I won't get annoyed or weird about there being a dog next to me. So just know there's people out there that are going to look after you.
Yeah, that's a great tip as well. I think that's good for people to know. Hey, listen, we're wrapping up. We're coming close to Thanksgiving. What are your plans this year for Thanksgiving?
I'm going to stay here in Nashville. I'm really lucky. My mom, my sister, and my grandma all are here. We're all from Florida, but we're all here now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and my boyfriend's British, but he makes the best turkey I've ever had, so he's gonna make the turkey. And our tradition is we break bread the night before, we let it get stale, and make the stuffing the next day, and watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. We'll probably call it an early night because I think we're gonna start a little earlier this year. And then my mom's birthday is the next day. So we're gonna celebrate something else the next day, which will be fun.
Nice. So you've got a busy weekend ahead.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for joining us. It is always great to catch up with you. And I'm so excited about the new music. Thank you for giving us new music.
Of course. Thank you. Thank you for listening.
All right. We'll see you soon.
Awesome. Thank you, Donna.